if we can't take the perspective of the person in front of us and even gradually in a faster and sort of more complete comprehensive way, we're going to end up in a relationship where each person is trying to win the relationship. Each person is trying to beat the other person into submission in a way. Even if you're doing it really gently, which you can do it really gently, the message you're sending is, I hear what you're saying, but none of that changes what I'm trying to prove to you is my side.
Welcome to the Ignited Recovery Podcast, a new way forward for anyone looking for answers but feeling left out. If you've been searching for empowerment, triumph, and purpose, you've found them right here. You won't hear the same solutions, and you're not going to have any excuses to fall back on, because Ignited Recovery allows heroes to rise and become their best selves. I'm Dr. Sophie Jaffe, and I can't wait to be your guide on this journey. Are you ready to become an ignited hero?
Today's topic is coming to you directly from the last couple session I just did, which was an hour ago. And I saw this thing happen in the session that made me realize immediately this is something I need to obviously work with that couple on, but reinforce for every couple I work with. And so I thought this would be a really cool opportunity. So this couple, it was an emergency session, like verge of divorce, really, really struggling. When can we get in? So Maddie cleared up some time for me, and we met for 90 minutes early this morning. And from the get-go, every time one person talks, the other person interferes, gives their point of view, brings three more examples. The first person starts trying to react to the three examples and proving their version of it. And so it's it was like a bomb went off. I think I don't have to say this, but it's pretty clear nothing is getting fixed and nothing is getting resolved when we're in that place. Even if there is a path forward, like if everybody's going to start talking over each other and trying to prove themselves and then moving from one topic to another, there's no chance we're recovering from that. Almost every couple that I work with, when they're in stress, that's what shows up. So this was happening for them. And I don't even know if I had a way to stop it, but it kind of just kept happening for about 30 minutes. And I went, okay, look, we got to stop. This is going nowhere. You're just spending money right now, just fighting with each other. Let's pause and take a step back. Such an important piece of the puzzle. What we started talking about at that point, and what we started shifting to, is every person in turn, when the other person is talking, doing everything they can to remove their perspective, their needs, their wants, their beliefs from the equation, and focus everything they have and all they can on understanding the person in front of them who's speaking. I'll give an example. They are both living in a house that was previously the woman's family's house. Dad passed, mom still lives there. So essentially they're living with her mom, right? Big house. So it's not like that's the problem, but the woman and her mom have had huge conflict over the years, and it's gotten better. The husband and the mom have conflict, and it keeps flaring up and making people mad, etc. And so for the first 20, 30 minutes, they're using examples about how, he was aggressive or yelled at or, was fighting with the mom. And he talks about how she doesn't look at what her mom's role in this and looks away and lets him do anything while always blaming him. So they're kind of each person giving their perspective on what's going on. And really all that happened was he was getting more heated about how much he and her mom don't get along. And the woman, I don't even want to use names, but the woman was just getting more and more heated and activated about the fact that he doesn't care about her family and that, her relationship with her mom was so much better now. Why can't he just let it go? Kind of a thing, right? So they're both kind of defending their own little camps. And where I took it was I wanted the wife to actually talk about her relationship with her mom, because she was saying, for the last 2 years, it's been better. The directions I gave, and this is the important piece for you guys, the directions I gave the husband were, I need you to listen to your wife as I'm talking to her. And I need you to listen, not from the perspective of how does this affect you? I need you to listen from the perspective of what was her experience as she went through what she and I ended up talking about. So we went through this exercise with this couple. And the woman describes a really difficult experience growing up. Not difficult, like she didn't grow up in poverty or homeless or people beating her, Mom and dad had a break in the relationship when she was about 8, 9, 10. By the time she was 12, her parents kind of started living separate lives in the same home, but not really married anymore. Just sort of dad screwed up, trying to get mom back. Mom is not interested in engaging at all. Pretty separate life. It was the wife, the woman who's there. And so she was very connected to her dad, had some tension with the mom, and the story continues.
Hey everybody, it's Adi again, and I want to share with you something that I believe is one of the most useful free tools I've ever created for my clients and for you. It's our free, personalized My Drinking Score report. Look, you already know that at Ignited, we don't care much for labels, and we don't believe in any of those once a blah, 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 always a blah, blah, blah slogan. But if you are questioning your specific relationship with alcohol, you may be trying to figure out how to understand what you need to do and whether you're moving in the right direction. Well, then this completely free tool is for you and will give you the answers you're looking for. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take a 5-minute quiz answering simple questions that you know the answers to. And then like magic, our system is gonna spit out a custom report so that you can find out more about your relationship with alcohol and actually get guidance and help to some of the changes that you can individually make. I created this tool to give you a customized, personalized virtual resource that you can take at any time, and that makes it easy to get the exact recommendations and steps that you need to help eliminate your struggles. Anybody can take it, and did I mention that it's completely 100% free? Well, it is. So stop running around in circles trying to figure out why you're having a hard time getting sober and get real solutions and guidance to help transform your life and get ignited forever. Just pause this audio right now and go to ignited.com/go. Again, that's ignited.com/go and take our 5-minute quiz right now. Find out what your drinking score is and then share it and tag us on Instagram or Facebook, because remember, fuck shame. Together, we get to move forward and get better every day.
Took us 8 minutes maybe to get through the whole story. But after the story, I turned to the husband. I said, "What did you hear?" And the first thing that came out of his mouth, the first couple of sentences, were about, I hear that she always thinks that I'm going to be like her brother. She has a half brother who has severe addiction problems. And that, she feels good about her mom. So she just gives her the benefit of the doubt no matter what. And hold on. Not how any of what your wife just said feels that it affects you, but what did you hear your wife has gone through in this relationship with her mom? And yet the thing for a minute, he couldn't come up with it. He was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. And I'm not blaming him, and I'm not even judging him, guys. If we can't take the perspective of the person in front of us, even a little bit, and even gradually, in a faster and sort of more complete, comprehensive way, we're going to end up in a relationship where each person is trying to win the relationship. Each person is trying to beat the other person into submission in a way. Even if you're doing it really gently, which you can do it really gently, the message you're sending is, I hear what you're saying, but none of that changes what I'm trying to prove to you is my side. Because you can sit there and listen and then repeat words. Hey, I hear your relationship with your mom was really tough at first, but now it's better. The moment we take away our interests and we listen for our partner is the moment that we join forces with them in making our relationship strong. Now, that is not to say that when you go to that other side and you practice empathy, you'll find everything you want, or you'll even find that the relationship is going to keep working. That's not what I'm saying. But you'll at least truly understand what this person in front of you is going through and experiencing. And then you can react appropriately. Because what kept happening in that conversation with this couple just an hour and a half ago was one person is essentially expressing pain. One way or another, they're expressing pain. She's going through my stuff. She doesn't believe what I'm saying. No matter what I do, it's not good enough. Well, I'm never going to be able to make this work. Pain on one side. I've put up with so much. I don't know if I can put up with more. He doesn't even get along with my mom. how the hell are we ever going to have a marriage that survives anything? He gets aggressive when he gets drunk, all this stuff. So those are both of their sides. But there is no way ever in our conversation that without each person going to the other's side and living there for a little bit, they'll ever come to a solution. So this practice of perspective shifting is something that I think we need to start doing outside of our relationships, because it's hard. It's really, really hard to do, to take somebody else's perspective.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ignited Heroes Recovery Podcast. I really hope you found the information here useful and that we'll see you back here next week. And look, I want to make sure that this podcast is the most useful it can be for you, so please let me know by emailing info@ignited.com if there are any specific topics or questions you'd like to have addressed. As usual, if you like this episode, I would love for you to leave us a 5-star review and rating. Thanks, and see you next week.